Hi, I'm Wendy Valencia from wendyvalencia.com. I'm going to walk you through the process that my husband and I took to stop living from paycheck to paycheck. So let's back up to around 2008 when I first started budgeting. It was right after my husband and I got married and we were trying to get our finances in order. But we budgeted always paycheck to paycheck. As the money came in, it went out. In the very beginning, we had a little tiny bit of savings that we had from when I was single. But we really plowed through that super quickly when we bought the house from hell. And I did a whole video on the house from hell. It was a disaster. There was a lawsuit. We basically ended up putting $140,000 into a $208,000 home. It was awful. There was so much fraud in it and didn't disclose stuff when we purchased the house. For example, one of the things they didn't disclose is that they had a four or 8 person hot tub on the upper balcony of their house, and it collapsed and ripped the entire back of their house off. That was not something they mentioned. They didn't mention termites. It was awful. So after the house from hell, we were never quite able to recoup our savings. And this is way back when I wasn't reconciling my budgets. I was budgeting, but I wasn't checking in with my budget every day or even every week or even at the end of the month. I just set my budget and said, okay, this is what we're going to spend. And I never checked to see if it was working. I know I'm not the only one out there. There are others of you probably not watching this video, but fast forward to 2015. Mauricio and I were not struggling, but we had been overseas for 4 years and we were living a great life. We didn't have to pay for much and we were just enjoying life, but we still hadn't recouped our savings. We were just relaxing because honestly, we had to recover from everything that happened in Baton Rouge. So when we got here, Mauricio was going to school full time to finish his US college degree. He had a degree from something in Colombia that didn't translate. So he needed a college degree to get a good job in the United States. And so he wasn't working. Plus, we were waiting for him to get a job that we were sure he was going to get like super quickly. We thought it would happen within a few months and it didn't happen. And I talk about that in this video up here. So very quickly, we realized he wasn't going to be able to go to school full time if we were going to stay in the Washington, D.C. area and have to pay rent somewhere. So we decided he needed to go back to work. So he started looking for another job. And quickly he tripped across Uber and Amazon Flex. And my husband is amazing. He will do whatever he has to pay the bills. And he worked himself to the bone doing Uber and Amazon Flex all the time. And he would earn anywhere from $3,000 a month to $6,000 a month. And I have to tell you, I hated budgeting for an irregular income. It so super stressed me out trying to plan for money that I didn't know if it was coming or not. I didn't know. I didn't want to put down a $6,000 payment to debt if I didn't know we were going to have $6,000. So it made budgeting really hard. And this is what our income looked like back then. I copied and pasted this from a budget back then. At Amazon Flex, he got paid 2 times a week. At an Uber, he got paid weekly. And there was so much money always going in and out of our accounts. It was just a disaster. So after a couple of months of trying to budget paycheck to paycheck, I was like, oh, hells no. So I had to come up with another solution. So in the next month that he had a $6,000 month, I used $3,000 to pay the bills and saved $3,000 for the next month. And that was pretty easy. That made getting 1 month ahead super easy. So that system worked really well because as those gajillion paychecks were coming in, I just moved that money over to our savings account. And then on the first of the month, whatever was in the savings account was Mauricio's income for that month. And then we were still living paycheck to paycheck with my salary. So as it would come in, it would go out. And my income was super steady, so I knew from month to month exactly how much I was going to make. But I hated to budget with a calendar. I hated worrying about, did we have enough in the account to take care of this bill? And what if I bought too many groceries? Would we have enough money? It was awful. So in November or December of 2016, we decided to get 1 month ahead in my income too. And we started, it was fairly easy. I'm paid bi-weekly. So in that particular December, I got 3 paychecks, and we just popped one into savings. So I don't remember the number, so I went over to every dollar and looked at my January and February 2017 budgets, and it looks like I needed about $6,000 to $7,000-ish to pay all the bills. So on top of that savings that from the extra paycheck in December sitting in our savings account, every month for a few months, I would put some money into the savings account and the rest would go to debt. And finally, when the amount in the savings account reached the minimum, the very, very minimum amount we needed to pay our bills for the next month, we're done saving. And the following month, we took all that money on the first of the month and dropped it into our checking account, and we were officially 1 month ahead. And I emphasize, it doesn't have to be a full month of income. Let's say our income is $10,000 right now, but I only needed $6,500 to pay the bills. When we hit $6,500, that's when we considered ourselves 1 month ahead, because we were going to have one kind of lean month where there wasn't a lot of extra and we didn't put any extra to debt or anything like that. But the following month, we were 1 month ahead, and that was all that matters. And so that's why I always say what I earn this month goes to pay next month's bill. So I cannot recommend using this system enough. Even if you just save simply. You get a bonus, save it. You earn extra money you didn't plan on earning, save it. If you're like me and you get paid bi-weekly, save those extra paychecks. And then in 2 extra paychecks, you'll be a month ahead. That's pretty awesome. So if you liked this video, you're going to love how we save for our big expenses. And I'll put that right up over here. So I'll see you in the next one.